What's going on, everybody? This is ODC, that's me, and I'm back with another action figure review. This is my review of the SDCC exclusive Thunderbolts box set Luke Cage figure from Marvel Legends and Hasbro. Excuse me. Yeah, got this guy a couple days ago, probably about 4 or 5 days ago, something like that, and I've just been kind of tinkering around with him, tinkering around with him, and just kind of, you know, trying to build an opinion for myself. And yeah, I mean, I definitely think he's a really solid figure overall. There's a couple things that are wrong with him. Obviously, no figure is perfect, but overall, I really like this figure, to be honest with you, and I'm happy to have a modern version of Luke. There's Batman and the bat signal. But I'm happy to have this modern version of Luke Cage, and Luke Cage is probably in my top 3 of favorite Marvel superheroes. And I'm really happy that we finally got him. It's been so long since we've had a modern Luke Cage. We do have the original Luke Cage, which is right here. And there's nothing wrong with this I guess you could call it the Golden Age Luke Cage. And actually you can see the similarities here throughout the entire body. What they did here with, you know, he's got the yellow shirt on. He's got the, I guess if you want to call them the silver cuffs, and then he's got his silver gauntlets over here. He's got black pants and a silver belt and a silver chain belt. Obviously this guy's got no hair. I actually prefer him with a bald head. I don't know, maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm more of a fan of the modern look as opposed to the Golden Age look, just because I don't know, maybe it's just it's much more recent and a little bit more fresh to the memory than, and like I said, there's nothing wrong with this look. It's just, you know, it's outdated. But still, a really nice figure. Definitely, if you don't have this figure, you should pick it up. I've never had any problems with him, no loose joints or anything. He's fairly common too. You can probably pick him up for a decent price, and he's a good figure. A lot of nice detailing, a lot of nice sculpting on this guy. I would have preferred if he came with blue jeans like he was originally supposed to. I think he was in his prototype figure pictures. He had some blue jeans, I believe. But still, nonetheless, it doesn't matter. He's still a really nice figure. So let's get him out of the way. And let me just switch my lighting here, sorry. Now you can't see his face. Oh, what the hell? There we go, that's better. So I'll just bring in Luke here. And he does look very nice, like I said. Actually, you know what? I'm going to try and do something with my lighting. I'll be right back. Hold on, hold that thought. There we go. I had to fix my lighting. That's way better. Now you can see his whole face. There's like a lot of shadows being cast there. Yeah, back with Luke Cage here. Sorry for the delay there, guys. Yeah, really like this figure. A lot of people, I've seen other reviews on it, and a lot of people aren't a big fan of him. But I still think he's a solid, good-looking figure, and I'm happy to have him. So everybody's entitled to their own opinion, that's fine. But for me, I really like this figure. So as far as his articulation goes, his head does move side to side. He is on the Hyperion body mold, by the way. I just want to point that out before I start doing the articulation. But he is on the estranged Hyperion body mold. And I just say strange because his whole posture and everything, I think I've gone through this before, but it's just a little awkward. Like his neck is pushed way back, his chest is way out. There's a big dip here between the chest line and the neck. A little awkward, and the shoulders are too far forward, but still, nonetheless, aesthetically, if you face him forward, he looks pretty nice, I think. So, getting to his articulation, back to the articulation here. So it does move side to side. It can do a full 360. His head is on a disc here, and it goes up nicely and down nicely as well, all the way down. And if you want to pop the head off, you can very easily. There you go. Boom. Shalak, lock, boom. Boom. Shalak, lock, boom. Sorry. And his arms go up very nicely, nice and smooth. All the joints are very nice and smooth. Arms do go up, down, can do a full 360. He's got a bicep swivel. He does have double jointed elbows, but the unfortunate part, and this is one of the my negatives that I don't like about this, is that the double jointed elbows are stopped at about almost a 90-degree angle here due to his gauntlets. Sorry, trying to stop my lamp from shaking all over the place. Due to his gauntlets here, and I think they could have solved this problem here. See how the sculpting ends here for the gauntlets, how you have these three little pieces of sculpting right here on top of that, little detail sculpted. You could have just left this final piece out and he would have had a full nice range of motion in his double jointed elbows. I don't think they really needed this last ring right here. If they would have cut that off and left it like 1, 2, 3 rings, that would have been fine. You would have had full range of motion in the elbow, and I would probably say this is a much better figure than it is. But still, you have more of a single bend at the elbow then. He does have wrist rotation, a wrist hinge. He does have an ab crunch, which works nicely, nice ratcheting effect. And it goes forward nicely. He does have a waist swivel, and the belt does not impede the swiveling of the waist because it's a nice pliable plastic and it is separate, so you can move it up and down if you want to. He does have T-jointed hips, which go forward and back nicely. Upper thigh swivel, double jointed knees, boot swivel, ankle hinge, which goes more so back than forward. You're a little bit prohibited from the foot going forward due to just some of the sculpting here. And he's got a nice ankle pivot. So, I mean, you're pretty much familiar with the Hyperion body. You're pretty much familiar with what this guy really is aesthetically and articulation-wise. But I'd say the paint applications are pretty nicely done. I don't have any defects or QC issues with this figure at all, actually. I gave it a nice once, twice, maybe 3 times over, and I have heard of some QC issues being with the belt. I'll just pull in real quick here. Usually people say they have like specks or dots on the belt. I have no dots on mine, so I don't have any QC issues there. All the paint's pretty well done. No bleeding through. I don't see any problems with that. Maybe I would say the other thing could be that the lines could be a little bit better on the shirt, but I mean, I'm not going to take off too much for that. Excuse me. He's got his gloves do go up to his elbows here. That is how he was designed on the Thunderbolts run. And if you haven't checked out the Luke Cage Thunderbolts run, you probably should. It's a really good run. I love that story arc. Back to the figure. He does have 2 Thunderbolt symbols on his sides of his shoulders. There's one, and they're very nicely painted. There's the other. I'll get in really close with his face sculpt. Face sculpt looks good. I've heard some people saying that his face sculpt looks more like, I don't know, an Arabian person as opposed to an African American person. I don't know. I think it's good enough. I'm not going to nitpick that much with it. But, yeah, overall, I think he's a nice figure. On his lower half here, he's just basically black with the silver trim going around his boots. And, yeah, so, I mean, like I said, he's pretty simplistic in design, but let me just bring in his Golden Age look here. Simplistic in design, but it works. You know what I mean? This is form and function to its T here. I think he's very well done. A lot of people hate this Hyperion body mold, but I think, you know, I understand that it's awkward looking, but I think it works for this figure. For this figure, it works. For some other figures, like maybe the Toxin action figure, probably not working too well. But with that being said, I'm definitely going to give this figure 2 thumbs up. I do like it. I'm definitely going to recommend getting them. I'm definitely probably going to try and pick up the box set for a decent price down the road. You know, now that I see some of the Thunderbolts box sets, which actually is a pretty decent box set, goes for around $200 now. I've seen them go for like $170, $180. Around that range, but I'm going to try and find one for around $120, $130 at the very most. So, with that being said, if I do find the entire set, I will do a full review on each figure and an entire overview. That's what I've been doing with box sets lately. Stay tuned for my all-new X-Men box set reviews coming up. I did pick up that box set for cheap. And I mean really cheap, so stay tuned for that, guys. Thank you for watching. I'm super excited to have this guy in my collection. Yeah, so I'm going to put him with my Avengers right now, and I hope you guys enjoyed this review. That's going to wrap it up for the SDCC Marvel Legends exclusive Luke Cage figure from the Thunderbolts box set. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and as always, I will see you guys on the flip side.